Hi, and welcome to Success Stories here at Revero.health. And my name is Brooke. And today I'm going to be speaking to someone named Holland. Hi, Holland. How are you?
Hi, Brooke. I'm good.
Well, thank you again for sharing with our listeners what it's been like for you with your diet and with the animal-based diet, with your carnivore experience. And so go ahead, tell us, what's it been like for you?
Well, it's been fantastic. You and I were visiting a few minutes before, and I mentioned that I'm not strict carnivore anymore. I was for about 7 weeks, and accomplished the goal I wanted to accomplish, which was lose a bunch of fat that I've been wanting to lose. I lost about 30 pounds, gained a bunch of muscle, and then I kind of cycled off of it and have included other things into the diet now, with basically still eating a lot of meat and eggs, protein, every day, mainly red meat or egg or fish, but also some pork and some chicken. So yeah, it's been really good. I like the way I feel. I love the way I felt when I was on strict carnivore. It's just hard to maintain in my situation with a girlfriend that doesn't subscribe to it. And so when I didn't have a girlfriend is when I did this. And then also with just other factors going on around me in my life, it's just hard to maintain that every day. And honestly, I got tired of eating meat. I never thought I'd say that, but I did.
So let me get this straight. So you started single, and then you were feeling really good and strong. You lost all the weight, and then you got a girlfriend. But the downside is the girlfriend with the girlfriend, it's a little bit harder to be so strict carnivore. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, well, losing the weight helped the women take more notice of me, I guess. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. It's the world we live in. So, but yeah, that's basically the truth.
Very good. And so, well, I imagine even though you've added other foods onto your regular menu, I'm sure it's different than how you ate before. So you probably haven't added everything. You've probably added some particular things for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Just some vegetables here and there. Um, I'm pretty strict about which vegetables I eat. I know that uh, some of the guys in carnivore talk about how like broccoli is poisonous and those kinds of things. That's one of the ones I eat, typically broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, just because those seem to work best with my body, and those are just the ones that I like the most. However, I'm not rigid about it. If I'm out with friends or something and I'm in a tight situation, I'll have a potato or something, or maybe French fries. It's just not, I don't want to be that guy who's like, I can't eat here. So, but yeah, particularly just those vegetables is pretty much it.
Yeah, great. And so you've been able to maintain pretty well with opening up your diet.
Yes, I have actually. I got down to 185 on Christmas Day, and then I hung around 187 for the next 2 or 3 months, and now I'm like at 190, but I'm still really content with that weight, with that size. I really had a goal of getting to like 190 was my goal anyways initially. So I'm kind of where I wanted to be, and I've been able to maintain it. I also intermittent fast. I only eat between 1 and 7 every day, most days. So yeah, I like where I am. I like the size I'm at.
And it sounds like you know what to do if you needed to alter things. So, you know,
Yeah,
you've done that before, you could do it again, you can flex in and flex out. That's
there have
great.
been a few weeks where I've gone to the grocery store and bought ribeye steaks and ground beef and ate that for 4 or 5 days. And, particularly after traveling or something like that, to kind of get back on where I want to be and then kind of resume from there. So, yeah.
Very good. Did you have any other non-weight scale improvements?
Yes. While I was on it, in the gym, I do CrossFit 3 or 4 days a week. Uh, I've done it for 10 years. So I did it before it became this, everybody's a CrossFitter type thing. And so um, I noticed I have a bad knee. I had no knee pain while I was doing this at all. no knee pain, and I just felt much younger in the gym. I felt like I was 25. It was I would love to have that back. You know, which tempts me sometimes. I think, well, if I've got a competition coming up or I'm running in a 10K or half marathon, hey, maybe I could go carnivore that week, but I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see.
Well, it's all under your command. You can do whichever. You can rotate, you can be flexible. It sounds like you are. So that's great.
Yeah.
So sounds like you're saying less pain, knee pain,
Yes.
less pain. So has the pain returned a little bit then with
Yeah. Yeah.
adding
It's funny.
the
It's funny
cruciferous
because
vegetables?
yeah, actually has. My knee hurts every now and then. Every spring I go through this, except last spring I did not. You know, where it swells up. Last spring it never swelled, which that's while I was doing strict carnivore. So it swells up usually in the spring. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, but and it gives me some issues. And then once spring's over, it's fine for the rest of the year. So I don't really have any pain right now, but I'm sure I will in the spring if I'm not carnivore by then. You know, strict carnivore by then. So
So did you say you lost 40 pounds, 30 pounds?
30. I
Oh,
went from about 220 to 190.
that's great. You've lost 30 pounds, gained muscle, gained a girlfriend,
Yes,
and peace of mind. That sounds
exactly.
very good. And it sounds like you've gained the knowledge of being able to play around and be with your body, with your diet, and see the direct differences. And it's all within your own command, which is really great. I mean, it's really about customizing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I was dating a girl. I've been divorced about 4 years. So I was dating a girl 3 years ago who was vegan. And she just wanted me to be vegan. And I've never wanted to be vegan. That's one thing I've never wanted to be. There's a lot of things I've wanted to be, but vegan is not one of them. So I was like, all right, you know, I'll try it out, but you're going to have to make everything because I'm not interested in making vegan food. That's just normally I cook about anything. Anyways, I dated her for about 6 months and I gained weight while I was vegan. I gained about 10 pounds. So it really disappointed me because I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that, you know? So, and I remember when I was doing it, a friend of mine was talking about carnivore and other friends were talking about keto. And this girl I was dating, who's a nurse, she was just like, oh, keto and carnivore, that'll kill you. You know, your heart just can't, it's high cholesterol, blah, blah, all this stuff. You know, only vegans, you know, can live healthily, you know? So I haven't seen her since then, but I would love to see her because I'm sure she would be like, "What did you do?" Well, I ate a bunch of meat and no vegetables. So how about that?
That's funny.
Yeah,
The things we do for love.
exactly. Well, I'm a fairly easygoing guy, so I'll try anything. But yeah,
Hey, you said you lived in Kansas City, yeah?
yes, I do.
So there's lots of great barbecue spots out there.
Yes, there are actually. The barbecue sauce is a little sugary, which is a problem. But yes, there's a lot of good places you can go and get some delicious meat. So I go to them sometimes.
Lucky you. That sounds great to me. Well, I'm really glad that it's working for you, and I'm really glad that you kind of found your way of adjusting it and understanding the effects in your body. And you can continue to do that and keep learning about how food affects you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been on this health kick for probably I think in 2005 I started looking into things, started reading books like Superfoods and you know, all these different things, and then I found like the paleo diet, you know, where you eliminate all the grains, and so I did that for a while, and um, just I tried Atkins for a while. I did all kinds of different things, but really the only thing that really worked was carnivore. That was the one thing that my body just immediately took to, and weight started falling off of me. And I don't want to say it was easy because it's not easy. You know, it's easy compared to being vegan, I think, but it's not. None of these are easy to do. You know, it's not like you can just flip a switch and eat a certain way and weight falls off. It just doesn't always work that way. It did for me, thank goodness. But
Well,
I'm
it
now.
certainly is a simple diet. Might not be easy, but it's certainly simple.
It's very simple. Yes, I agree with that completely. Which is the great thing because it's easy to just go buy raw meat and cook it.
Yeah. And it's delicious.
Yes.
Well, very good, Holland. I think it sounds like met your goals and it worked for you, and you can cycle in and cycle out.
Yeah, for sure. Which when I started it, I thought, oh, I'll just eat this way the rest of my life, but things happen, and I wish I could get back to it. I really do. It's just so difficult sometimes to think, can I go back to just eating a ribeye at night every night? Because that's what I did for 7 weeks. But
you can if you want, and it doesn't even have to be every night. It could be whenever you want. So
yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to say again that it's not easy. So I wish it was, but anyways.
well, very good. Well, so do you have any, so that sounds like that's a piece of advice you have for people. Do you have any other?
I would just uh I definitely would add, to add the salt in, the real salt or whatever it is. That's what I was using. Um, and I mean, I think to really do it successfully, you have to be willing. It worked out for me that I did it during the pandemic when restaurants were closed and things like that, like I was sharing earlier. Um, I basically found this that when Joe Rogan, did his reveal after he did it for a month in January 31st of 2020, I saw his pictures and I was like, man, I want to look like that guy. I never thought I'd say that about Joe Rogan, but I did. And so, um, so I started 2 days later, the day after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, told all my friends at the Super Bowl party, hey, I'm going to be starting this carnivore thing tomorrow. And they were all like, you're going to eat only meat? I said, yep. And they didn't believe me, but I did it. And so, for me, finding it at that time and starting it during the pandemic was key because I didn't have a lot of places to go where I could cheat. It wasn't easy to go out to eat and and go, oh man, the burger and fries sounds really good. I didn't have that. And so I'm someone who is very disciplined, but I lack willpower sometimes, especially with foods that I love, which cheeseburger and French fries. Who doesn't love that? I mean, it's not good for me, but I love it. Right. So I was fortunate with that. And I would say that for anybody who wants to try it, you really have to be prepared mentally before you go into it with how you're going to overcome certain circumstances. I didn't have to overcome those because of when I started it, which was good. But you've really got to be intentional about it. Not to say it can't be done, because it can be done. But that was a key for me. I was real lucky at the time that it worked out the way that it did, looking back.
Well, it sounds like you made the best of the situation. So good
Well,
on
it's
you.
funny because all of my friends gained weight during the pandemic, and they were like, you would be the guy who would lose weight. And yeah, I mean, I used it to my advantage, I guess, in some ways. So
Good deal. Well, thank you, Holland. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And I think people will be interested in it.
I hope so.
So thanks again. And
Thank you.
carry on with all your healthy habits.
I will.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.